In this video, I'm going to put Marshal's GPS tracking system to the test in a timed head-to-head battle with their radio telemetry system. Falconry is thousands of years old, and for a long time, if your hawk went out of sight, you wouldn't really know where it is. Now, of course, you can learn to read the environment, and that will tell you a lot. Wind direction, what the wild birds are doing, and of course, what's around you in the local landscapes. But that's also why our hawks wear these, bells. If we can't always see our hawk, at least we can usually hear them. Now, because my hawks wear bells, it means that I can go out and I don't have to constantly keep an eye on where my hawk is. They do often go into trees as well, and they disappear in trees. They're well camouflaged, so even if I can't see her, at least I can always hear her. And then came along this and this. This is radio telemetry. Now, I have a video all about radio telemetry on the channel, so if you want to know how all of this works and how to track your bird using this, then go and watch that. But what we're going to be discussing in this video is the most recent advancement, GPS. Now, with the GPS system, rather than using a receiver and scanning around and trying to triangulate and work out where your bird is, all you need is your phone. And it makes it so much easier because it shows you a map and you just follow and go right up to your bird. When you buy a Marshal GPS system, it gets sent in one of these boxes, and this is so handy because this holds everything you need. So as long as you have this box and your phone, you know that you have everything you need to fly and track your bird. Looking inside, up here holds the actual GPS system that attaches to the bird. Now, it also comes with this. Now, these are the batteries and the charging port for the batteries. You don't always get 3 batteries when you order the system. I know it definitely comes with 1. I can't remember if it comes with a spare or not, but I bought the extra batteries because I have 11 birds to be training and flying. I wanted to make sure that I always have plenty of charge so I can swap it out and keep flying all my hawks without coming in and charging it. You also get your wires to charge them. These are standard just USB wires, USB-C. Is that right, Jake? No, it's not. Micro USB to charge them. So Marshal does send them, but they're quite easy wires to find. And you can either plug them straight into a plug, or I just plug them straight into the wall to charge it. And then you also get this. This is the pocket link. So whereas the radio telemetry, you have to carry around that big receiver, for the Marshal GPS, all you need to take is your phone and your pocket link. Now, one of the things that I really like about the Marshal GPS system is how easy it is to set up and use. So to begin with, I'm going to get the GPS out. The battery just unscrews from here, and just like the radio telemetry, you just screw the battery into the top. I'll sit that down there. Next, we need to sort out the pocket link. So aerial and the link are separate, and again, they just screw in to each other on there. And this turns on the same way as all the radio telemetries, just with their magnet switch on the top. And it has an LED on the front showing you that it's on. Now, there are different coloured flashes for this LED, and I'm not going to go into those because Marshal has a full list and a table on their website for exactly what each coloured flash means, but we're looking for a blue flash. Now, to connect it to the phone, I'm just going to open up the app, and it comes up with this asking you if you'd like to use Bluetooth. So I'm going to click OK, allow for notifications, and then click begin. And it comes up with a little instructional video about how you connect it, but we've done all of that. So we're going to try and skip through this section. Next, enable, Jesus Christ, you made me jump. Bluetooth is on, so I'm going to click next. Done. I don't need the instructional videos. It's telling me what's new because the app has not been downloaded yet. So then we click the logo up in the top corner, and it should have already connected. Yep, and that's it, connected that easily. And already you can hear the beeps. Oh, hang on, you can hear the beeps already. It's already connected to the GPS. So if we zoom in and wait for it to load, although you've not got a lot of signal, Jake. Now, if you are struggling to get the maps to load, if you're struggling for signal on your phone and it won't load as fast as you would like it to, but you know where your permission is, then you can actually download the maps onto the app. So all you do is you zoom out to show exactly how much of the map you want to keep downloaded, and then you hit download and it will save it in the app. So I have my entire permission saved on my phone. So I don't need to use any mobile data. I don't even need to have any mobile signal to be able to use my GPS system to track my birds. Okay, so it's found us there in the field. To begin with, if you swipe up, there is a few settings that you can edit here. And it's giving me all the instructions. It helps you the first time you connect it. And there is a battery reserve. So there are different modes to the GPS, but it does also have inbuilt radio telemetry. So if your GPS fails, or if you need to track using a standard receiver, it does work on standard radio telemetry. So the receiver for this one, it tells me here, is 433-735. So you can tune that into your receiver, providing you have a 434 and 433 receiver, and you can track it just how you would do with radio telemetry. There is also a battery reserve. So when your battery hits a certain point, then it will switch to an extended mode to keep it going for longer. And you can choose exactly when this happens. So I have mine set to 60%, but you can choose any number that you would like. But I'm going to keep it on 60%. And then to edit the modes that the GPS works on, you hold the button at the bottom and it will show you 4 different modes. Now there is HD, Eco, Extended and a Sleep mode. Typically, if you're using this just as a bit of an extra tool, you want to get some stats from your birds after it's flown, how fast it went, how far it went, how high it went, then you would keep it in the HD mode. But when I'm just flying my birds typically, I keep it in Eco mode. It just doesn't use as much of the battery, and rather than drawing a lovely little blue line so you can see exactly where your bird is and follow it like a sat nav, it just shows you the location every single time it pings. But then there's also the extended mode, and that does sort of every other ping to the Eco mode, so it saves the battery even longer. And then you can also sleep, and it will let you choose exactly how long you sleep for. So I use this often when I'm getting ready for my displays. I'll have my display time, say if it's at 1 o'clock, then I can get my GPS ready at 12:30, and I can set it to sleep for, say, 28 minutes. And then it goes to sleep and it doesn't use any more of its battery, but I know that it's going to wake up 2 minutes before I'm ready to go on and do my display. You can also use this if your hawk is out and you're going to have to leave it out overnight. You can set it to sleep for a certain amount of hours so it doesn't use battery whilst you're at home, and then you can carry on tracking it when you get back out in the morning. I'll put it back onto HD mode. And then there are 2 little bars here at the side. If we swap over to this one, I'm going to have to zoom in a lot further than that though. Now this button far on the right will just tell you your location. And then the button on the middle will actually spin around the map to whichever way your phone is facing, so that the map is always facing the right way. And that just helps you to track and know exactly which direction your bird has gone in. I don't really use this feature, and I don't need to, because it has this blue arrow at the top. That blue arrow is always pointing to the GPS no matter which way you face. It's almost like a bit of a compass. So if your bird disappears and you can't work out the orientation of the map in relation to where you and the bird is, then you just follow that blue arrow. And you can also hit record. So once you're recording, it will then save all of your flights. And that's how you can go back afterwards and watch exactly how far, how fast and how high your bird went. And these are all saved in the flight log. So here in the settings, you can go down to offline maps, add area, and then it comes up with this box. And then you can scroll out or in and pick exactly how much of the map that you want to save and the resolution, and that means that you can go out to your permission and know that you always are going to be able to use your phone and track your bird, even if you get no signal. So now we're going to put the GPS to the test. Can two people that don't have much experience tracking down birds of prey find me whilst I go and hide in the woods? So we've come down to the woods, which is part of my flying permission. And the way that we're going to do this, we're going to put 2 minutes on the clock and I'm going to run off and hide with the GPS. And then Jared and Freya, after the 2 minutes is up, are going to see how easily they can track me down and find me. I'm going to take this. There's 2 minutes on the clock. I'm going to run off and hide. And after 2 minutes, these two are going to try and hunt me down. And you're coming with me.
I've been high for just over 30 seconds now.
Now you might think that this is not a very fair test. Of course I've got the GPS, they're just going to be able to walk right up to me. But there are two things that are helping me out. I know this land very well. Them, not so much. And not only do I fly my birds around here, I also walk my dogs around here every single day. So I know this area really well. Also, they've never used the GPS before. So not only are they trying to track me down, they're also going to have to be trying to work out how to use the system as they go. There's still time for me to go and hide, so let's carry on.
Just entering the last few seconds of Dan. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go hunt.
Let's go find him.
Now, I did have a plan of where I was going to go and hide, but as I got to there was a large tractor ploughing the field. So I'm now improvising. I'm going to go and sit in a small set of woods on the other side and see how long it takes them to come and find me.
So what's the map showing you so far?
Just the number 1 in the middle of the field. At the start of the field. And he has stopped moving. He's moving. No, he's not.
So, I'm not picking the easiest route. I've just had to climb through a load of brambles and nettles. But if you're out tracking a bird and the bird disappears, they don't always stay in the easiest place for you to get them. So let's make it a little bit difficult for Freya and Jared to come and find me.
Okay.
Left down here then.
No, you got to the clearing. That's where we are. Oh yeah, left down here and then you got to there. So we went down there.
So I found a little area down in the woods. See, I've stopped using standard radio telemetry because I use this so often. It's just so easy to just get your phone out and look and see exactly where your bird is, rather than spinning around in circles and listening for the loudest beep with radio telemetry. So although I've gone down some difficult little tracks and I've run quite far really, I'm quite confident they will easily be able to come and find me with this wonderful little system here.
Yeah, so he's under 50 feet. Now it's about focusing on that red spot. And start using your eyes.
I've also just realised I had to give them my phone because that's what links to the GPS so they can track me down. So now I just have to sit here and wait, and there's not a lot I can do apart from enjoy nature.
Have you gone down there or down there?
Always.
Down there.
Yeah. Yeah. Easy. I've just got a stool.
What if my phone dies? I didn't fully charge it before we came out. What if it locks and they can't unlock it because they don't know my password? It's not like they can call me because they've got my phone. I guess we just wait and see if they turn up.
Huh?
I reckon he's on the corner of this.
Yeah.
I can hear them. I think they're close. So they're going to be coming from this way. Just through there. There's a small gate that I came in through. So at any point now, we should see them turn up.
What, round us? Hey, I think I was walking back. What? Look.
I don't think they can work out how to get to me.
He's there.
They found me. We've tested the GPS. Now it's time to try another test. So instead of running off and hiding with the GPS, I'm going to take this. This is a radio telemetry transmitter, and Jake here is going to use the receiver here to see if he can track me so that we can compare times. But we're not going to leave every tracking system out of this. So when I can see Jake or hear Jake when he gets close to me, I'm going to use the oldest tracking system there is, a good old-fashioned bell to let him know where I am. Because usually if your hawk disappears, once you get close enough, you can hear this bell. So there's 2 minutes on the clock. Let's get going.
Okay, so we now have 1 minute 37 on the clock. I'm just waiting for Dan to get into the distance there. I'm going to turn on my receiver once we reach that time, and I'm going to time how long it takes to find him.
Right, so I should probably quickly explain why we've swapped to Jake from Jared and Freya. Now, to make this as fair a test as possible, I am going to hide in exactly the same place I did before. But obviously, Jared and Freya now know where that is. So Jake is starting where they started, and I'm going to hide where I hid. The reason Jake is doing the tracking and not me is because whereas Jared and Freya have never used a GPS before, Jake is also very new to radio telemetry. He understands the fundamentals, he understands how to use it, but he's never had to actually track a bird. So this could be really quite an interesting test to compare how long it takes using the GPS to how long it takes using the radio telemetry. So he's still waiting, so I best get going to my hiding spot.
So the stopwatch is set. Let's go and see if we can find him. Turning it up now, I can hear a lot of static from here. can now hear the interference from those pylons, which is going to make it a bit trickier. Looking down here, not getting much of a signal. Down here, much more of a stronger signal.
There's also a few more settings that Jake is going to have to deal with. Again, whereas Jared and Freya just had the screen with the map and they could follow straight to me. There's a wild buzzard shouting at me. Jake is going to have to deal with some settings. So with the radio telemetry, you have to control the volume. As you get closer to the bird, you're going to have to start turning that volume down, because the closer you are, if you've got that volume all the way up, it's just going to be pinging and giving you a really strong signal in every direction. So you have to turn that volume down to make sure that you can really fine tune and hone in on where that signal is coming from.
Might get away with medium. No, I think we're still too far.
It's all just a bit of a waiting game now.
Signal is still coming from up here. There's a hedge in the way. So, further around.
At least this time I have my phone, so I can sit and mindlessly scroll through social medias rather than waiting and twiddling my thumbs like I did with the GPS. I might reply to some of your YouTube comments.
Ooh, that was a good beat there.
I can hear the beep of the receiver, which means he's close. I think he's just wandering around outside those woods. I don't think he quite knows how to get to where I am. Or he's got a signal bouncing and he's not sure exactly which direction I am. But he's definitely close.
Oh, and I can hear a bell. Which means we're in the woods somewhere up here. There he is.
He found me. Check the timer.
Timer.
Let's see. Did he beat the GPS?
18 minutes.
18 minutes. It wasn't that far off.
I had to go through an entire forest to get here. I didn't stick to the paths at all.
So there it is. What took the radio telemetry 18 minutes took the GPS just 13. Now, it's not the biggest difference, just a 5-minute difference. But when you're tracking a lost bird, every second counts. And so those few extra minutes really could help out to find your bird. But of course, it's not all about timings. Yes, the GPS was faster, but there's so much into it when tracking a lost bird. On the one hand, the GPS is just so easy to use. It tells you exactly where your bird is, and there's so much other information that you can get about your bird's flight. But on the other hand, the battery life of radio telemetry beats the GPS any day. So there are pros and cons to every single system, and whatever you use to track your hawk is entirely up to you and what you're comfortable with. If you do fly hawks, let me know in the comments what system you use, and if you use both radio and GPS or just one or the other. I'll be interested to know what everybody else is using. If you enjoyed that video, make sure to give it a like and subscribe. And as always, thank you for watching.